Now, see, my question is, if x is the largest number between 1 and 2, you said it is 1.99 and etc. And see that it is not 2. It is not 2. If it is not 2, what is the difference between that number and 2? The difference is 0.00001 means it's a very minute number, which is negligible. So theoretically, this number x is not 2, but practically it is same as 2, right? It is almost same as 2. In this case, we say this x tends to 2. See that? The meaning of x tends to 2 means it is not 2, but it is very, very nearer to 2. So I took the largest number between 1 and 2. It is here. Very close to 2. Now, if I'm taking the first number after 2, what is the first number after 2? The number coming
2.00001.
2.00001, etc. till at last we have a 1. Again, if you're asking, is it 2? No, it is not 2. Then what is the difference between 2 and those numbers?
Negligible.
Very negligible. So that number is also almost 2. So here, 2 people in waiting room. So here also, yes. So here also, we say that x tends to 2. See that? This is what you learned earlier. We already discussed it. You already learned it. In this case, we say this is the right hand limit. Right hand limit. And this case, it is the left hand limit. So here, this is x tends to 2. So x tends to 2. The meaning of x tends to 2 means it is not 2, but almost 2 or equivalent to 2, we can say. And we can approach the number from left hand side as well as right hand side. So if these two limits, left hand limit and right hand limits, are equal, then we say that limit exists at this point. This is all you discussed. Now, another few examples of this one. See, for example, yeah. What's an example? Okay. See, you know polygons, regular polygons. Regular polygons with 3 sides, you know shape. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Regular polygon with 4 sides. Regular polygon with 5 sides. Again, regular polygon with 6 sides. If I'm continuing this pattern with the same distance, say the same size. If I'm drawing a regular polygon with 100 sides, if number of sides is 100, what will be the shape?
Almost a circle.
Again, you said it. Is it a circle?
No.
No.
It is not a circle, but it is almost a circle. Again, if this n becomes infinity, it's a very, very large number. If n is a very large number, then we say that we can say it's a circle, but it's not a circle, it's a circle. So if n tends to infinity, it becomes a circle. Ready? These are the examples. See, another example. I'm asking you to go out of your room. I think all of you are sitting there, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
At that place, not walking. Okay. I'm asking you to go out of your room with one condition. The distance between you and the door, suppose that it is 4 meters. The distance from the place where you sit to the door is 4 meters. I'm asking you to go out of the room with one condition. The first step, you can cover half the distance left. That means you are 4 meters away from the door. So in the first step, you can cover 2 meters. Now remaining, you have 2 more meters to cover. In the next step, you cannot cover that 2 meters. You can cover its half, that is 1 meter. In the next step, you can take 50 centimeter more. If so, in how many steps do you go out of the room? Did you get my question? Did you get my question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are supposed to take half the distance to the door. You are
Sir, almost 8 steps.
almost 8 steps. My question is, in how many steps you go out of the room? Think it.
Sir, 9 steps.
9 steps, sure? Practically,
We cannot go, sir, because the door is 4 meters.
Yes, sir. It will be infinity, sir.
even if it is infinity, suppose 10 lakhs, will you go out of the room?
No, sir, the door is at 4 meters, sir. We'll reach at the door.
You will never go out of the room. You will never go out of the room. You can never go out of the room. Okay. Will you reach the door?
No, sir.
Yes.
No, you will not reach the door. Why?
Sir,
Because by every step, the distance gets shorter and shorter.
Whatever step, you are supposed to cover only half the distance left. That means if you have one, at last you'll reach at an instant where you get 1 centimeter. But in the next step, you cannot cover that 1 centimeter. You are supposed to cover only 50 half centimeter.
Millimeter.
That is 5 millimeter. Again, the next step, you are supposed to complete only 2.5 millimeter. At last it becomes 1 millimeter. Still half millimeter, 1/4 of millimeter. So in fact, the thing is you can never reach the door also. Here also we say you limit X, it tends to the door, but it is not, you didn't reach the door. So this is the idea of limit. Now, I hope you got it. This is limit. So limit means limit X tends to 2 or X tends to A. If we write limit X, we write in this way, X tends to A. It doesn't mean that the value of X is A, but for simplification, calculation, practically we can take the value of X as A. This is you discussed in the earlier classes. Okay. Now, I think you didn't start doing exercise. Did you start doing? No. So we will start with this one. How to evaluate limits. So start writing. Evaluation of limits. Evaluation of limits. First one. For algebraic expressions, defined limit X tends to A in bracket, we write in this way. After writing LIM, X tends to A below. This is how we write it. Defined limit X tends to A, substitute X is equal to A. That's all. Just substitute X is equal to A. We can evaluate limit X tends to A. Example.
So what's the for our algebraic expression to?
Defined limit X tends to A. Defined limit X tends to A. Example. See, I'm giving an algebraic expression. F of x is x squared plus 1. Limit x tends to 2 f of x. This is how to find it. Limit x tends to 2. F of x. F of x is given as x squared plus 1. Now we wrote it. It's an algebraic expression. So how to evaluate it?
The second line, limit f of x, and what's below it?
F of x equals 2.
X tends, we read it as, see, here we wrote it. Here I wrote it. How to read this? We will read this as limit x tends to a. X tends to a. So this we will read it as limit x tends to 2 fx. Limit x tends to 2 fx. This we will read it as limit x tends to 2 fx. This is how we read it. Limit x tends to 2 fx. Limit x tends to 2 fx. Okay, now how to evaluate it? We wrote it. To evaluate this one, what to do? Substitute. X is equal to a. So substitute x is equal to 2. So when we substitute x is equal to 2, we don't have to write this limit x tends to 2. Directly, substitute x equals to 2.
5 is the answer.
Plus 1, which is
5.
4 plus 1, 5 is the answer. So another example, f of x is x squared minus 5x plus 6. All of you find a limit x tends to 3 f of x. Find it. This is limit x tends to 3. Our f of x is, now don't say the answer, all of you find it. Don't say the answer, find it. All of you find it? Yes, Khadija, you're right. For evaluating, yeah, many of you got yeses. Kesha, Khaja, Kesha, Abdul Basit, Istanullah. Yeses. It's easy. So what to do? Substitute x is equal to 3. See, while substituting, we don't write limit x tends to 3 because we are substituting it. 3 squared minus 5 into 3 plus 6. That is 9 minus 15 plus 6, which is 0. So this is how to evaluate algebraic expressions. And in fact, algebraic expressions of this polynomial form, right? Now, I hope you have completed. Next one. For rational expressions, for rational expressions, for rational expressions, for rational expressions, if numerator is 0, if numerator is 0, then limit is 0, because definitely for rational expressions. If denominator is 0, then limit not defined. Third one, this is the important one. Third one, if both numerator and denominator are zeros, then it is 0 by 0. These are indeterminate form. These are indeterminate forms. If both numerator and denominator is 0, then it is 0 by 0. These are indeterminate forms which can be evaluated. By first one, simplification. Second one, substitution. And third one, by formula. So we have these three methods. Let me now we will do examples one by one based on this. So example fx is equal to again one boy came, Shahir. Fx is equal to x minus 5 by x plus 2. Fx is equal to x minus 5 by x plus 2. All of you find the limit x tends to 5 f of x. Find it. This is limit x tends to 5. First we write the definition, this one, fx, the expression f of x. What is the expression f of x? It is x minus 5 by x plus 2. Now we will substitute the value of x. Substituting value of x, yes, you're right. 5 minus 5 by 5 plus, it is 0 by 5, 0 by 7, that is 0. This is the first case what we discussed. If numerator is 0, it's nothing. Just replace the value of x by the given, substitute the x by the given value, that's all. Yes. Next one. Fx is equal to x squared plus 1 by x minus 3. Find limit x tends to 3 f of x. Again, limit x tends to 3. F of x is x squared plus 1 by x minus 3. Yes, many of you are doing it. That's good. Yes. Tansil, that you have to write, not wrong, but there's a particular word for it. So 3 square plus 1 by 3 minus 3. 10 by 0, that is not defined. 10 by 0 is not defined. It's not defined. So I hope you have completed. Now see, if we came across this one and we came across this one. Now, if both numerator and denominator 0, what will happen there? Next one. F of x is equal to x squared minus 4 by x minus 2. X squared minus 4 by x minus 2. So Khaja has a doubt. So here we are not solving a solution. We are just finding, we are just finding the limit. Solving solution means it is for an equation. Solution is for an equation. This is expressions, right? Rational expressions. Solving means it's only for equations. These are not equations. We are evaluating this. Evaluating these rational expressions. So here you have to find limit x tends to 2 fx. See, limit x tends to 2 fx means limit x tends to 2. Here fx is x squared minus 4 by x minus 2. If you apply this limit, it means if you're substituting 2 squared minus 4
the denominator will not be 0, right? And this
by 2 minus 2, this is 0 by 0. Is it?
No, sir.
No.
0 it will be.
Yes, sir, it will be 0 by 0.
But we won't
It is
use
not?
this method.
So this one, see that just by substituting it, Just by substituting the value, we got it as 0 by 0. So this part, this one you have to do in your mental calculation.
We will take x square plus
Don't
2x plus
show that. Don't show that in working. Don't show that in working. You have to show that in mental calculation. Do it in mental calculation. So if it is 0 by 0, we know it.
Sir, the answer is 4.
If it is 0 by 0, we have these three methods. First one by simplification. Okay, we will try this. We will try the simplification. Now, this expression. So our expression is x square minus, so this limit x tends to 2, x square minus 4 by x minus 2. Can we further simplify it? Definitely numerator x square minus 4 can be simplified as, so limit x tends to 2, x square minus 4 can be simplified as x minus 2 x plus 2 divided by x minus 2. So we simplified, we could simplify it. Now, what happens here? This x minus 2 cancels. What is left out? Limit x tends to
Sir, 2
2.
plus 2, 4.
Left out is x plus 2 only, which is now directly substituting x is equal to 2. We get 2 plus 2. The answer is 4. See that? Here, it was 0 by 0 form. When we directly substituted the value of x as 2, we got it as an indeterminate form. It's an
Sir,
indeterminate.
infinity. Sir, infinity minus infinity is also indeterminate.
Yes. So in your course, you have only this indeterminate form 0 by 0. Even 0 into infinity, infinity by infinity, then these are all indeterminate forms. 0 infinity divided by infinity is not 1. 0 by infinity or infinity by infinity, 0 by 0, these are all indeterminate. So in your study, you have only 0 by 0. This is x is equal to 2. That's it. Now, so here, actually what happened? Right in bracket with a star, what we could cancel, or on simplification, we could cancel the factor. We could cancel the factor which made it 0 by 0. Is it? So here, this x minus 2 is the factor which made it 0 by 0. So on simplification, we could cancel the factor which made it 0 by 0. Yes. So what we discussed earlier, the expressions 0 by 0 right? This is what we discussed earlier. So see that here on simplification, what we did, we could make the factor which made this expression 0 by 0. We could cancel it. So here, the factor which made the 0 by 0 was x minus 2. So on simplification, we could cancel it. This is now, next is by substitution. This we did, okay? Yeah, coming to next one. Again, our question is fx x square minus 4 by this is the question. So here we could find it if we substitute limit x tends to 2. Our question, this is fx. Our aim is to find limit x tends to 2. For substitution, write it inside. For substitution, if x tends to a, put x is equal to a plus h. As x tends to a, h tends to 0. This is the method for substitution. Not for, this is for. For x tends to a. So if our question is to find x tends to, for this, for x tends to a. If the question is to find x tends to a, then put x is equal to a plus h, so that as x tends to c, if x becomes a, x tends to a, h tends to 0. Definitely if h tends to 0, if h becomes 0, x is equal to a. So for substitution, for x tends to a. Now coming back to our question, our question is limit x tends to 2 fx. That is limit x tends to 2. Our fx is x square minus 4 by x minus 2. And see by mental calculation, if we substitute x is equal to 2 square, 4 minus 4, 0 by 0 form. That means either by simplification or by, this can be simplified, but here we are going for substitution. Substitution, for x tends to a, x is equal to a plus h. So here x tends to 2. So what is substitution here?
Two plus h.
2 plus h. Remember it. So to 2 plus h. So that as x tends to 2, h tends to 0. Same thing here. Only thing what we did is instead of a, we wrote it as 2. That's all. Instead of a, the given limit. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Given value 2. That means now our limit becomes, h will be there. In our expression, there is no x at all. It's with 2 plus h. So wherever x is there, put 2 plus h. So x square becomes 2 plus h, the whole square, minus 4 divided by x is 2 plus h, minus 2. Now expand it. Limit x tends to 2. No, x tends to 0. It's not a, it is x tends to 0, is it? So take care. It is limit x tends to 0. Expand it 2 plus h to the whole square. A plus b the whole square. A square. 2 square is 4 plus 2ab becomes 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 4h.
Minus 4.
Minus 4 divided by this 2 minus 2 cancels, left out is h. Again numerator. Numerator
4 is cancelled.
Left out is limit h tends to 0, 4h plus h square by h. Now what? Again, we cannot put h is equal to 0.
So take h common.
H common. Numerator limit h tends to 0. If we take h common, left out is 4 plus h divided by h. This h and this h cancels. Left out is limit h tends to 0, 4 plus h. Now we can apply the limit. It is polynomial form. Applying h is equal to 0, we get 4 plus 0, which is 4, the same answer. Previously, we did this by simplification. Anyway, this question, where simplification will not be possible easily. If simplification is not possible easily, then try for substitution. After substitution, we can go for cancelling and we can simplify it. Did you complete it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So first one, we discussed 0 by 0 form. In 0 by 0 form, the first one, always go for simplification, prefer simplification first, because that will be much easier. Simplifying, keep in mind, we can cancel the factor which makes it 0 by 0 form. If simplification is not easily possible, then don't waste a lot of time in thinking about simplification. Directly go for substitution. Substitution. If x tends to a, put x is equal to a plus h. So here x tends to 2. So substitution 2 plus h. This is simplification. What is it?
Mute.
See why I'm not so coming to this one. This is by substitution. Now we have few formulas. See formulas, write it. We have one formula for this one. First one, x raised to n minus a raised to n by x minus a. This is n minus 1. N a raised to n minus 1. This is the first one. Then we have 3 trigonometric limits. See here, see that these are indeterminate forms. If you replace x with a raised to n minus a raised to n, that is 0. A minus a, 0. So 0 by 0 form. But this 0 by 0 form can be evaluated using this formula n a raised to n minus 1. Similarly, limit n is any number, can be even rational number. N is any number and a is positive. N is any number, a is a positive number. Then only x is the variable, n and numbers. Next one is limit x tends to 0. Sin x by x. This is 1. Here also see that if we substitute x is equal to 0 directly, sin 0 is 0 by 0. So 0 by 0 form. But this is 1. Similarly, limit x tends to 0, tan x by x. This is also 1. X tends to 0, tan x by x. That's also 1. And the fourth one is not frequently used. We can use it by the other form, but x tends to 0. One minus cos x by x. This is actually 0. So here also, see that all these expressions, if we directly substitute the value of x, we get it as 0 by 0 form. Is it? All these formulas, if you are directly substituting the value of x, we get 0 by 0 form. But even though it is 0 by 0 form, we can use this formula. Whenever we get x tends to 0, sin x by x, that is 1. Tan x by x is 1. 1 minus, see, if you substitute x equals 0, cos 0 is 1. 1 minus 1, 0 by 0 only. But this expression, its value is 1. Its value is 0. Now, completed? Yes, now coming to our previous question. Our question, example was limit x tends to 2, x square minus 4 by, this can be as limit x tends to 2, x square minus 2 square by x minus 2. And what is our formula? Do you remember it? Our formula, limit x tends to a, x raised to n minus a raised to n by x. This is n a raised to n minus 1. So here, what is n and a? N is 2. A is also 2. Is it? N a raised to n minus 1 becomes 2 into 2 raised to 2 minus 1. 2 into 2, that's also the same answer 4. Did you get it? I hope you have completed. So see that this question, limit x tends to 2, x square minus 4 by x minus 2, we did that in 3 different ways. One by substitution. See this, first of all, when we directly substitute x is equal to 2, we can observe it. This is of the form 0 by 0, which is indeterminate form. Indeterminate forms can be simplified using 3 different methods. One by simplification, second one by substitution, third one using this formula, and we did all 3 methods using this example. Is it clear? Now take your textbook. So remember it, whenever you get any limit for evaluation, the very first thing is directly substitute the value of x, which is given in the question. If it becomes 0 by 0, then only you have to go for further simplification or substitution. Otherwise, direct one. Yes. Question number 1, 13.1, exercise 13.1. Exercise 13.1. You very different. First one. X tends to 3, x plus 3. Do it. What to do? Directly substitute. X. That's all. Second one. X tends to pi. Text me the answer. Abdul Basit. You got the answer. Khaja Awais got the answer. Ibrahim Tariq got the answer. Amar Yazdani got the answer. Mas, Said Quadri got the answer. Mas, you are right. Many of you got the answer, but all are wrong. Here, x tends to pi, so it is pi minus 20 by 7. Is it 0? Most of you got it as 0. What's the value of pi? 7. Only Mas got the correct answer. The value, remember, the value of pi is, you might have taken, the value of pi is not 20 by 7. No. This is an approximate value. I think more approximate value. Do you have calculator? Check it. I think 355 by 130. This is more accurate than 20 by 7. It's a more accurate value than 20 by 7. So what is 355 divided by 113? 20 by 7. 22 divided by 7 is 3.1428. Whereas 355 divided by 113, 3.1415929220, it goes on. That's a more. So here, actually, so what is pi? Anyone can you tell me what is pi? Anyone, can you tell me what is pi? No. Either way, the answer is not gonna be 0. No. Okay. I muted everyone. You can text me the answer. See, remember it. The value of pi, it is not 22 by 7 or it is not 350 by 113. Till now, no one could find the exact value of pi. Now, using the latest computer, millions and millions of decimals are found, but these are irrational numbers, non-terminating and non-recurring numbers, means it goes on. So if someone is asking what is pi, your answer, you don't say it is 20 by 7. That is class 10. Last year, if you're saying, no problem. So what is pi? Pi is the ratio of circumference to diameter of any circle. The ratio of circumference to diameter of any circle, that is pi. Right? Then I will give you one question to think. I said the ratio of circumference. So we have a circle. We know its circumference. We can measure it. Then we know its diameter. Right? Circumference by diameter, I said. But circumference by diameter, definitely diameter is not 0. Is it? C by D. This is of the form P by Q, which is rational. Then how come pi is irrational? We learned that pi is irrational. And definition is circumference to diameter. If it is ratio of circumference to diameter, as long as the diameter is not 0, it should be a rational number, right? Then if it is ratio of circumference to diameter, then how come pi is irrational? Tell me tomorrow. It's a question to think. Did you get my question? Definition of pi is ratio of circumference to diameter. Diameter, definitely it is non-zero. So this is of the form P by Q, where Q not equal to 0. They are called rationals, but we learned, yes, in the P form. How can we write it? Say it is. That's my question. That is my, yeah, that is what I asked. Then if pi is circumference by diameter, it is a rational number. Is it? It's a rational number. Then how come this pi is irrational? Tell me tomorrow. Let me see, think it and tell me tomorrow. Yes, that is quite. That is what I asked. If result will not be non-terminating and non-recurring, they are called irrational numbers. Then such numbers cannot be written in this form C by D, P by Q form. If this result is, then we cannot write it C by D form, P by Q form. All those numbers written in P by Q form, it will be either terminating or it is recurring decimals. If any number written in the form C by D with a numerator and denominator, if you are dividing, it has to be terminating or it has to be recurring and non-terminating. But we know that pi is not a constant. Pi is not a constant. Anyway, think it, giving it tomorrow. Okay, that's pi minus 2. Now question number 3. Now, yeah, you can now see exercise 13.1. You can do 3, 4, write down those homeworks. These are all homeworks. I'm getting many answers for that irrational. P and J. It's if no. Khaja, you are thinking, but yes, Said Quadri, you said the answer. Said Quadri, you are right. Let others think. You are right. Yeah. Now, so question number 1 we did, 2 we did, 3, 4, 5 homework. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, note it down. See these question numbers. 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. These are easy one. 5. Then 9. 3, 4, 5, 9. 11. Okay, these are homeworks. 3, 4, 5, 9, 11 homeworks. We will start from 6th one. Sixth one. Sixth one. Limit x tends to 0. X plus 1 the whole raised to 5 minus 1 by x. Extension. See here, if x tends to 0, if you put directly x is equal to 0, what happens? If we put directly x is equal to 0, here again you are with that circumference that discuss it tomorrow. That I gave it as a whole. Remaining, tell me the answer tomorrow only, not today. If you people are still with that circumference and diameter. Anyway, yeah. So coming to this question, x is equal to 0. If you put directly x is equal to 0, we can see that 1 raised to 5, 1 minus 1, 0 by 0 form. So 0 by 0 form, we have 3 methods: simplification, substitution, or formula. See, simplification is possible here. How to simplify it? X plus in by, okay, binomial expansion, you don't have that chapter binomial. See, binomial expansion is very easy. X plus 1 the whole raised to 5, we can expand it. If you are expanding, then simplification is possible. Anyway, since binomial expansion you didn't learn, then see, we have a formula, limit, remember this, x tends to a, x raised to n minus a raised to n. This one we have n a raised to n minus 1. So instead of x, this 1 can be written as 1 raised to 5. So this, see that I'm going to rewrite this limit x plus 1 the whole raised to 5 minus 1 raised to 5. See, instead of x, x plus 1. So denominator, how to write denominator? X plus 1 minus 1. Is it? See, only difference is instead of x, we wrote x plus 1. But here, this x plus x has to tends to a. So here, what will it be? We can write as limit x plus 1 tends to 1. See that? as x tends to 0, x plus 1 tends to 1, is it? If x becomes 0, x plus 1 will be 1 only. Now, instead of this x, this is of the form n a raised to n minus 1. So n and a here. Here, what is n? Write the formula. Write this formula here. What is n? N is 5. A is 1. So n a raised to n minus 1 becomes 5, 1 raised to 1 minus 1. 1 raised to 1 minus 1 raised, any number raised to power 0 is 1. So it is 5. So 5 is the answer. So see that this one we made it in this standard form, x raised to n minus a raised to n by x minus a. That is the sixth one. Okay, 7th and 8th also I will give you a hint. 7th and 8th I will give you a hint because we are running short of time. It is not 5 raised to 0, 5 into 1 raised to 0. N a raised to n minus 1, not na. Only this n minus 1, this power n minus 1 is only for a. Only for a. So only for this 1 we have power 1 minus 1. 5 as it is. This 5 is 5 into. This n is separate. N multiplied with a raised to n minus 1. Okay, now how a is 1. See this formula? X raised to n minus a raised to n. X raised to n. Instead of x, this one. This is x raised to n. Minus a raised to n. This is a. X minus a. Is it? X raised to n. So a is 1. Did you get it? Yes. Now coming to 8th one. Now 7th one. 7th and 8th, it is same thing. I will give you an idea. Again, some doubts. A circumference, that is tomorrow. Circumference diameter we kept it for tomorrow. Limit x tends to 2. Limit x tends to 2, 3x square minus x minus 10 divided by x square minus 4.